So, for this chapter, we're gonna talk about web applications. Kailan ba natin kailangan bigyang focus or i-emphasize yung paggawa or pagde-design ng web application? Number one, kapag medyo complicated na yung laman tsaka function sa loob ng app. Next is kapag masyado nang dumadami or lumalaki na yung content ng app. Then, last is kapag, syempre, nilabas mo na sa market yung web app mo, yung full performance ng web application, kailangan mo i-consider yan. Ano nga ba yung mga qualities na kino-consider into making a web application? First one is yung security. Sino nga bang gusto mag-access ng website na hindi secured or kung saan yung mga informations na ini-input mo is lalabas din or may ibang makaka-access? So, wala, diba? Pinaka-priority mo is yung security ng site mo para sa mga end user. Next is yung availability. Ang pinaka-best na web application is yung laging available, syempre. So, ayaw ng mga user yan or kahit na sino na i-access yung something na hindi naman available. So, paano ka magiging best na web application kung yung site na ginawa mo is hindi naman na-access or hindi nagagamit? So, kailangan available siya palagi. Yung susunod is yung scalability. So, dito naman, dapat yung website na ginawa mo is kayang i-handle yung kahit 100 users, umabot ng 1,000 or kahit ng millions, or yung mga content na inputted by the user or content na kailangan sa website mo is dumadami na, lumalaki na. So, kailangan kayang i-handle nung site mo yung ganun kadami. Next is yung time to market. So, dito na papasok yung business na point of view. Dapat, yung ginawa mo, qualified na. Dapat lahat nung sinabi ko is na-apply mo doon sa application mo para pwede na siyang ilabas sa market. Next is quality dimensions for end users. So, ito naman yung qualities para sa mga end users. Number one, yung time. Siyempre, lahat ng mga tao naman gusto na updated sa kung ano yung uso ngayon or kung ano yung, siyempre, sa technology, laging nagbabago yan. Kailangan yung website mo sumasabay din sa pagbabago na yun. Next is yung structural. Dapat make sure na bawat button or option sa site mo napipindot. Kumbaga yung home, yung back button, or kung gusto niyang gumawa ng account, or kung ano-ano man, kailangan gumagana lahat yun. So, next is yung content. For example, gumawa ka ng site na nag-review ng mga videos, gano'n. Tapos, nakita ni user na yung site mo puno ng article, puno ng comics. So, dapat, kung sinabi mo na yung site mo is for videos lang, dapat for videos lang din. Accuracy and consistency. Sa accuracy, for example, gusto ni user na mag-search sa site mo ng oras na anong oras na gano'n. Tapos dapat ang lalabas na result dun is yung tamang oras. Hindi yung kunwari 10:59 na ngayon, lumabas sa site mo is 12:59. So dapat accurate yon. So sa consistency naman, dapat kung sa umpisa na access ng ibang tao yung site mo na maganda yung performance, dapat hanggang dulo maganda pa rin yung performance niya. Response time and latency. Dito naman, dapat lahat ng parts ng site mo is working properly at dapat kinoconsider mo na lahat ng pinipindot ni end user is dapat napipindot or nagre-respond on time, hindi yung sobrang bagal, di ba? Then lastly is yung performance. So, kinoconsider sa lahat ng web app yung bilis. Siyempre, sino ba namang may gustong mag-access ng site na sobrang bagal? Wala, di ba? So, yun nga, kailangan mabilis, pero dapat kinoconsider din na sa bilis na yun is full performance or dapat high quality pa din. So, design goals. Sa consistency, sabi ko nga, kung magaling ka sa umpisa, dapat magaling ka rin hanggang dulo. Pero kung na-consider mo din yung itong mga following designs. Next is identity. Dapat yung ginawa mong website may identity at may dating. Siyempre, hindi yung basic website. Robustness. The website should be in strong and good condition. Navigability. Kailangan madali lang i-navigate yung website para hindi mahirapan yung mga user. Next is visual appeal. Siyempre, kailangan maganda yung itsura ng website mo. Siyempre. Next is compatibility. For example, Google. Ang Google is compatible sa kahit na anong internet or kahit na anong hardware. Kunwari maglalogin ka sa ibang computer, magagamit mo pa din siya dapat. Ganun. And then, lastly, itong pyramid. Ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga designs. And itong each design na to, may explain sa susunod na topic.
Web app interface design. Na-highlight dito is, where am I? Napatanong. And sinagot siya ng, the interface should provide an indication of the web app that has been accessed. Inform the user of her location in the content hierarchy. So, provide an indication of the web app. So, once na ginamit ng user, dapat malaman na ng user kung ano na yung mga nagamit niya dun sa app na yun. So, kung saan na siya banda, kasi sinasabi ito, inform the user of her location in the content hierarchy. So, dapat malaman ng user sa pamamagitan ng web app interface design, malaman ng user kung saan na siya banda. Kasi sinasabi sa content hierarchy po, meron po tayo diyang least important content, then next na content, hanggang sa dumating po sa most important content. So, next is, what can I do now? The interface should always help the user understand his current option. What functions are available, what links are live, what content is relevant. So, for example po dito is siguro yung Shopee na lang po. So, sa Shopee, may kita mo dun kung ano yung mga functions na available, maraming available na function, what links are live, yun, mga may live selling, mga ganun. Then, what content is relevant. For example po, nag-order ka ng sapatos, then, pagka-click mo ng sapatos, may contents pa nalalabas. For example, na iba't ibang uri ng sapatos, iba't ibang brands. Yun po. Then, yun. Parang, yung sa web app interface design, dapat yung web app interface design natin, parang sinasabi lang na maging friendly user siya. Then, next is, where have I been? And where am I going? The interface must facilitate navigation, provide a map implemented in a way that is easy to understand, or where the user has been and what paths may be taken to move elsewhere within the web app. So, yeah, tulad nga po ng Shopee. Sa Shopee is meron siyang mga provided, kung halimbawa na lamang po sa mga steps, mga ganun, kung paano mag-order and paano halimbawa na paano ibalik yung i-refund, ganun. May mga step po siya na pwede nating gamitin para yun, masundon natin yung pagbabalik ng mga products, mga ganun po. Sa ganun is maging mas madali yung paggamit ng web app natin. Yan. So, yeah. Next po is effective web app interfaces. So, according to Bruce Tognozzi or Togo01 suggests, effective interfaces are visually apparent and forgiving, instilling in their users as a sense of control. Users quickly see the breadth of their options, grasp how to achieve their goals, and do their work. So, sinasabi lang po dito na mas yung interface is visually apparent and forgiving. So, parang sinasabi ito, madali talaga siyang i-handle or madali siyang i-handle na kung saan you can achieve the goals and do their work na yun, mas madali nga. So, sabi pa dito is effective interfaces do not concern with the user with the inner workings of the system. Work is carefully and continuously saved with full option for the users to undo any activity at any time. So, for example nga rin dito, yung sa Shopee pa rin nga dito, sinasabi na, work is carefully and continuously saved. For example, sa Shopee, nag-order ka nga, diba, sa Shopee, tapos, ayun, magpe-payment ka na, tapos hindi, kumbaga na X mo, pagdating mo dun sa web app, andun pa rin, pwede mo pa rin i-continue yung payment na yun. Then, next is effective applications and service perform a maximum of work while requiring a minimum of information from users. So, effective applications and service perform a maximum work. So, dapat dito pumapasok pa rin dito yung pagiging efficiency natin pagdating sa web app. Yun. Pagkakaroon ng web app interface. So, yun.
Interface design principles. Anticipation refers to designing interfaces that predict and respond to user needs before they even express them. It involves understanding user behavior and providing intuitive and proactive features that enhance the user experience. Communication. An interface design involves effectively conveying information to users through visual elements, text, icons, and other interactive components. It aims to ensure clear and concise communication of messages, actions, and feedback to facilitate user understanding and engagement. Consistency is the principle of maintaining uniformity in design elements, layout, and interaction patterns throughout the web application. It helps users develop mental models and expectations, making the interface more intuitive and easier to navigate. Controlled autonomy. It refers to providing users with a sense of control and freedom while ensuring that their actions align with the system goals. It involves striking a balance between user empowerment and preventing errors or unintended consequences. Efficiency. It focuses on designing interfaces that allow users to accomplish tasks quickly and with minimal effort. It involves streamlining workflows, reducing unnecessary steps, and providing shortcuts or automation features to enhance user productivity. Focus refers to designing interfaces that direct user attention to the most important elements or tasks. It involves using visual cues, hierarchy, and layout to guide users' focus and prevent distractions, ensuring a clear, purposeful user experience. Human interface objects are the visual and interactive elements that users interact with in a web application, such as buttons, menus, sliders, and forms. Designing these objects with user-friendly characteristics such as clear labels, appropriate affordances, and intuitive behavior enhances usability. Latency reduction focuses on minimizing delays or response times in a web application. It involves optimizing server performance, network communication, and user interface responsiveness to provide a smooth and seamless user experience. Learnability refers to designing interfaces that are easy for users to learn and understand, especially for first-time users. It involves using familiar design patterns, providing clear instructions, and offering interactive tutorials or onboarding processes to facilitate user onboarding and adoption. Maintain work product integrity. This principle emphasizes designing interfaces that ensure the integrity and accuracy of user-generated content or work products. It involves implementing features like autosave, version control, and error prevention mechanisms to prevent data loss or corruption. Readability focuses on designing interfaces with legible and easily comprehensible text content. It involves selecting appropriate fonts, font sizes, line spacing, and contrast ratios to ensure that text is readable across different devices and user preferences. Track state. Tracking state involves providing visual cues or indicators to inform users about the current status or progress of their actions. It helps users understand the system's response and prevents confusion or errors. Visible navigation refers to designing interfaces with clearly visible and accessible navigation menus or controls. It ensures that users can easily navigate between different sections or pages of the web application, enhancing usability and user satisfaction. Aesthetic design in web application design focuses on the visual appeal and artistic elements of the interface. It involves principles such as balance, contrast, emphasis, harmony, proportion, rhythm, unity, and effective use of white space. Aesthetic design aims to create visually pleasing and engaging interfaces that evoke positive emotions and enhance the overall user experience. Content design and web application design focuses on creating and presenting content in a user-friendly and engaging manner. It involves principles such as clarity, consistency, context, relevance, scannability, simplicity, tone, and user-centeredness. Content design aims to ensure that the information and messages conveyed through the web application are easily understandable, relevant, and accessible to the target audience.
This is design of content object. The object of system design is to create a plan for a software or hardware system that meets the need and requirements of a customer or user. This plan typically include detailed specification for the system, including its architecture, components, and interface. Dito po makikita natin yung composition description, product component, tas ang nakapaloob dito sa composition description is yung marketing description, photograph, schematic, video, tech description. Yung marketing description, ang nakaloob dun is yung text color, font style, font size, line spacing, text image size, background color. Magagamit natin to para magustuhan ng customer yung design nung gagawin natin. Photograph yung pagka-aesthetic nung gawa natin, nung picture na ilalagay natin para hindi pumangit yung gawa natin, para magustuhan ng customer. Schematic yung horizontal dimension, vertical dimension, and vertical style. Video yung video na ilalagay natin dun sa composition description and tech description. Pagkatapos dun sa composition description is pupunta sa product component, which is this is part number, part name, part type, description, price. Dito na yung mga gawa natin na makikita yung result. Architecture design. Architecture design is a critical phase in the software development process. It involves making high-level decisions about organization and structure of a system to ensure it meets the desired functionality, performance, and maintainability. A well-designed architecture provides a solid foundation for building reliable and scalable software system. Dito yung content architecture focus on the manner in which content object or composite objects such as web page are structured for presentation and navigation. The term information architecture is also used to connote structure that lead to better organization, labeling, navigation, and searching of content object. Web app architecture address the manner in which the application is structured to manage user interaction, handle internal processing, task, effect navigation, and present content. Architecture design is conducted in parallel with interface design, aesthetic design, and content design. Content architecture. Ito po yung mga flow kapag gagawa ka ng isang content para makita nung user or nung customer yung goal nung gagawin mo tsaka yung flow nung gagawin mo. Linear with optional flow, linear with diversional. Yan po yung mga flow nung kung anong gustong gawin nung user para makita yung objective ng customer. MVC architecture. MVC, which means model, view, controller. Yung model is contain all application specific content and processing logic, including all content object, access to external data or information sources, all processing functionality that are application specific. The view contain all interface specific function and enables the presentation of content and processing logic. Access to external data or information sources. All processing functionality required by the end user. Last is the controller. Manage access to the model and view and coordinates the flow of between data them. Ito po yun. Browser, pupunta kay controller, tapos pupunta kay model, pupunta kay view, tapos pupunta ulit sa browser.
Navigation design refers to the organization and layout of elements that help users move through a website or application. It includes the placement of menus, buttons, links, and other navigational features to make it easy for users to find and access the information they need. Good navigation design is clear, intuitive, and user-friendly, allowing for a smooth and seamless user experience. Navigation semantic units are specific elements within a web page that help organize and structure the content for easy navigation, such as menus, links, and breadcrumbs. These units provide clarity and guidance for users to easily find and move around different sections of a website. Creating an NSU. Number 1. Identify the content hierarchy. Number 2. Define the navigation elements. Number 3. Implement responsive design. Number 4. Use descriptive labels. Number 5. Incorporate accessibility features. Number 6. Test and refine. Navigation syntax refers to the structure and format used to create and navigate through different sections or pages of a website or application. It includes elements such as menus, links, buttons, and navigation bars that users interact with to move between content. By following established navigation syntax guidelines, developers can ensure a consistent and intuitive user experience, making it easier for users to find and access the information they need.
So, component level design. Web app components implement the following functionality. First, perform localized processing to generate content and navigation capability in a dynamic fashion. Next, provide computation or data processing capability that are appropriate for the web app's business domain. Next, provide sophisticated database query and access. And last, establish data interfaces with external corporate systems. So, sinasabi dito na appropriate for the web app business domain. So, sabi dito, aims to keep cohesion high so that each component contains only attributes and operations that are closely related to each other. So, meaning po ng cohesion is the action or fact of forming a united whole. So, sa pag-ano po natin ng web apps design, so, dapat yung design po na ilalagay natin is ano talaga siya, connected talaga siya or related talaga siya to each other. So, pangit naman yung kuwari team mo Spangdog, then maglalagay ka din ng team na ano ba, tulad ng pusa, ganun. Kung ang inaano ng mga users mo is Spangdog lang, dapat Spangdog lang din yung ilalagay mo na design. Then sabi pa dito is component level design focuses on the elaboration of problem domain specific classes as well as the specification and refining of infrastructure classes contained within the requirements model. So sabi refining of infrastructure. So refining means removing impurities and unwanted elements. So components level design dapat yun nga, related sila sa about isa para mas lalo pang mas gumaganda, nare-refine nga, nare-remove yung mga unwanted elements dun sa web apps design nyo. Then next is the OOHDM or Object Oriented Hypermedia Design Method. So dito po parang ito yung mayroon dito sa diagram na to, makikita niyo yung conceptual design, navigation design, abstract interface design, implementation design. So ito yung method na kailangan natin gamitin para mas umano yung web app natin, web apps design, web app interface design. So sabi dito OOHDM or Object Oriented Hypermedia Design Method is a method for develop of web application. It was one of the first methods to postulate the separation of concepts that defines its various models, requirements, conceptual, navigation, abstract, interface, and implementation. Postulates meaning is to existence or fact or truth as a basis of reasoning, discussion, or belief. So, yeah, itong OOHDM is kailangan talaga para mas tumibay yung kumbaga ito yung method na gagamit natin nga. Gaya na sabi ko na para mas gumanda yung natin, web app interface design. Then next is next po is itong conceptual schema. So parang ito po yung siguro yung diagram na para sa yun nga pag ng web design, web app design. So dito sinasabi na first is dito po sa components recommendation request, then next is customer selects components, then customer request purchase, then customer continuous component selection. So parang paikot-ikot lang din po yan. Kumbaga ito po yung ito po implementation nung web app nyo. Katulad nga lang po sa Shopee. Sa Shopee is magre-request ka muna, then sa yung customer magse-select siya ng component, then customer request, magre-request siya or mag-order na siya. Then, yun, customer continuous component selection. Pwede pa ulit siya mamili. So, parang paikot-ikot lang din po siya. Yun. So, yun po ang about sa aming report. Thank you po.